Hey guys, we are walking around, we're driving around Vicksburg, Mississippi, a really cool town, a lot of history here, but if you can see back like right over my shoulder here, it's Mississippi River. And for the love of me, I cannot find a boat nowhere. Everywhere we look. I mean, let me spin around here. I got my kayaks, but for some reason I can't find no big ship, nowhere. I've looked all in this ocean. I've looked all in this river. There's not a barge. There's not a boat. There's nothing. I don't know. I guess we'll just keep looking. Oh well. Okay, I don't know how this camera is going to do in this, but this is the actual Natchez trace. This is the path that is worn down over time. I don't know if it was actually all the way like up here level and they've wore it down this far, but this is the actual path that ran from Nashville to Natchez that they walked 444 miles back and forth.
They call it the sunken trace.
The sunken trace. Yes, that's part of it. It's really cool.
We're gonna walk.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Where are we at today?
Vicksburg National Military Park.
Vicksburg, Mississippi. There was a huge battle during the Civil War here. The coach is on the trace. We drove over here. It's Saturday. It's in the 40s. It's cold. A storm come in last night, and then tomorrow's supposed to warm back up. But today it's really cold. But
we're doing a 16-mile driving tour.
Yes, if you're ever in the Vicksburg area, you need to do this. When you first come in, it's a national park. When you first come in, you pay. There's a visitor center with all kinds of videos and a lot of information about it. And then the drive is 16 miles, right?
16 miles.
16 miles, and it shows where all the regiments was and where they set their cannons and where they dug their trenches, the Union and Confederates, and it's really cool. It talks about the casualties and then there's a national cemetery here too, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think so.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to that part yet. We went through the arch, and the arch was, I forgot the date. We'll have to look up the date. But that's the original arch that was put here when this cemetery, or this national area, this national park was made up.
Guys, this is down by the river, and it is called Vicksburg Murals, and it's all from the Natchez Trace to the siege here at Vicksburg. And this one coming up I thought was really interesting. Satanic, is that what you, Sultana, which is right there, was a riverboat that actually more people died on it than the Titanic, because they was charging by the head, and they had 2,000 people too many on that thing, and it sunk and a lot of people died, all over the greed of money. But these murals go all the way down through here. I don't know if anybody will get them all, but
the reason that we didn't hear about that is because it was the same time that Lincoln's body was being transported.
Yes, and that was bigger news. This is pretty cool. They have a railroad museum here. that we're not going to go in. Coca-Cola Museum?
Little.
Yes, little one. Little bitty one. But it's a pretty cool little town. I mean, we come in on a Saturday. We was planning on leaving today, but storms come through last night. We're at a free campground on the Trace, and it was just cold and rainy today, so we decided to stay put and jump in the truck and come over and check Vicksburg out. I'm glad we did.
So I looked up the Sultana fact. She was designed with a capacity of 300, but it was carrying 2,155 when 3 of the boat's 4 boilers exploded and she burned to the waterline.
So there you have it. Jules looked it up. Let me get this turned around. Whoop, there we are.
I looked it up.
Julie looked it up. But that is, so it was designed to hold 300 some?
376, but it was carrying 2,155.
Oops.
3 of the 4 boilers on board exploded, killing 1,192 passengers.
Wow.
But it says that it was overshadowed by press of other events, as particularly the killing on the previous day of President Lincoln's assassination.
Because they toured his body. Because up in Indiana, his body come down 40.
Right.
Yes, because we did, what is that called up there? Canal Days? Oh, somebody's behind me. Canal Days?
Yeah.
I'm going to spin this around, and my hitch is in the way. I'm going to let Julie hold this. Anytime you're on this river and you're heading up out of the river, like the casinos or anything, it's like this. It's straight up. I'm waiting on everything in the back of the truck to fall out behind me.
I love the brick roads.
Old cobblestone,
Feel
yeah.
how rough they are?
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like 40-some degrees today, but go running. This is going in downtown.
Isn't it cute? There's
It is a neat little
Coca-Cola
town.
Museum.
Yep, right there.
It's a little bitty thing.
Here you go, get up there.
There we go.
Yeah. It's a neat little town. But that battlefield is probably the neatest thing, in my opinion, this here is the history of the Civil War that was here.
Yeah.
Mind my hitch, guys. Sorry about that, but
I'm trying to keep the camera from focusing on it. Look.
cool little
It's
town.
just really a cool little town.
Some artsy-fartsy stuff, well, it's mostly artsy-fartsy stuff.
I see artsy fartsy. I
That's
see
all
Meryl Norman.
Oh, Marilyn, yeah. I don't know who she is.
At least you knew it was. Why do you think it's a girl?
Marilyn?
Meryl Norman.
That could be a guy, I guess. But we are gonna flip this thing around and head back, and we will show you guys the free campground that we are at. Are you crossing?
Oh!
Well, it's not a crosswalk.
Okay. Sorry,
Cop didn't
Charlie.
stop. I ain't got to stop.
Okay.
The free campground. There's 3 on the Trace. We're at the.
Whoops.
Okay, that hurt.
Whoops.
There are.
I'm trying.
Gotta touch me.
I'm trying. I gotta find you.
Boop. There you go. Oh, it's too dark.
Yeah, it's too dark. Can't see you.
But there are 3 on the Trace.
There we go. We can see you now.
If you put it on me, you could.
Yeah, I probably could.
There's 3 campgrounds on the Trace. They're all 3 free. The first one we're in is Rocky Springs. There's 22 sites.
22 sites.
Out of them, 22, half of them are big enough for a big 5th-wheel trailer coach.
Right.
The rest are back ends. They are tight. There is nothing there. It is horrible for solar, but it's free and it's right on the Trace. We're going to try to make it up to north of Jackson tomorrow.
There is no cell service whatsoever there.
Oh no, there's no. T-Mobile, nothing works.
Nothing. It says no service about 5 miles before you get to the campground.
But it's so far, it is the most relaxing driving I think I've ever done in my life.
Absolutely.
It's 50, 55. The speed limit's 50, but you can run 50, 55. There's just no traffic on it, and it's so far it's been a smooth road.
Yeah.
It's not a super wide road, but it's wide enough. And it's just, now most of the places you go in, they may tell you that it's big enough to get in and out, but I found out from talking to one of the volunteers, the campgrounds are designed at the southern part, middle part, and northern part so you can park and then go around in your car. Because some of these places are not big enough to get a big unit in and out.
Well,
by no means.
55 feet is maximum.
Overall length, counting towed. And we're about 54, so.
Oh, sorry.
But we'll talk about it later when we get, when we're not in the car and it's not dark.
Dark. It's dark in the car.
Dark in the car. We'll be back.
Signing off.
So this is the free campgrounds, the first one. That's entrance coming one way this way. You can see the spots that are, some of them are pull-offs, some of them are back ends. We spin around here. It's just one big loop is all it is, and there's 22 sites in this one. Sometimes they buddy up like this one. The site down on the left, there's 3 Class A's in that one site. This is where we're at. You can see it's